This is the White Raven. Some sins are never forgiven because they were never confessed. There is an old legend whispered by priests. If you ever find an abandoned church with its doors standing open after sunset, never enter the confession booth because the voice waiting inside already knows everything about you. Hidden deep within Blackwood Forest stood St. Gabriel's Church. It had been abandoned since 1959. The congregation vanished during a Sunday evening service. No bodies, no signs of struggle, only open hymn books, and a bell that still rang by itself every night at exactly 8 o'clock p.m. Investigative journalist Rebecca Collins arrived just before sunset. She specialized in exposing myths. Her cameraman, David, and local historian Father Michael accompanied her. Father Michael had one warning: if you hear your name, don't answer. Rebecca smiled. I've heard that before. The heavy wooden doors creaked open. The church was frozen in time. Dust covered the pews. Candles had long since melted away. Yet the scent of burning incense lingered in the air. Rebecca checked her watch. 7:59 p.m. The church bell rang once. The sound shook the stained glass windows. Then every candle in the sanctuary burst into flames. The front doors slammed shut. A choir began singing. Beautiful voices echoed through the church. But there was no choir, only empty pews. David aimed his camera toward the altar. The footage showed something Rebecca couldn't see. The pews were full. Dozens of silent worshippers knelt with their heads bowed. When Rebecca looked up, the pews were empty again. Father Michael whispered, "We should leave." The main doors wouldn't open. The confession booth door slowly creaked open. A warm voice called softly, "Rebecca, I've been waiting." David grabbed her arm. "Don't!" The voice spoke again. "You've carried this long enough." Against her better judgment, Rebecca stepped inside. The small wooden booth smelled of old cedar. Darkness surrounded her. She couldn't see the priest, only his silhouette. He spoke gently. "You were 12. You blamed yourself." Rebecca's heart stopped. No one knew about the accident that had haunted her childhood. No one. Tears filled her eyes. "Who are you?" The priest continued. "You never told anyone." Rebecca stood to leave. The booth door vanished. Only solid stone remained. Outside, David pounded on the walls. "There isn't anyone inside." Father Michael stared in horror. The booth had disappeared completely. Only a blank section of wall remained. Inside the darkness, the priest whispered another secret, then another. Every regret, every lie, every hidden fear. He knew them all. Rebecca screamed. The booth suddenly opened again. She stumbled into the church. Only seconds had passed, yet her hair had turned noticeably gray. David asked, "What happened?" Rebecca couldn't answer. She no longer remembered her own name. The stained glass windows began changing. Each now showed scenes from Rebecca's life, moments she had never told another soul. Then the church organ began playing by itself. The choir returned, this time louder. The worshippers slowly appeared once more. Every face was covered by a black veil. They all stood together, pointing toward the altar. A hidden staircase opened beneath it. Stone steps descended into darkness. Father Michael whispered, "We found it." Deep beneath the church, they entered a vast underground cathedral. At its center stood the black door. It was almost fully open. Dark mist poured from the gap. The eye symbol stared directly at them. It wasn't carved anymore. It was alive, blinking, watching. The mysterious priest emerged from the shadows. He removed his hood. His face changed constantly. A child, an old woman, a sailor, a miner, a teacher, a doctor. Every soul claimed by the abandoned church places. I hear every confession. They all belong to me. The cathedral shook violently. The black door slowly opened another few inches. Dozens of shadowy figures stepped halfway through, waiting, watching, smiling. Father Michael raised an old silver crucifix. The cathedral erupted with blinding light. The shadows retreated. The priest screamed. The black door slammed almost shut. The church collapsed around them. Rebecca, David, and Father Michael escaped moments before the bell tower crashed into the sanctuary. The next morning, only ruins remained. The confession booth had vanished forever. Weeks later, Rebecca received an envelope with no sender. Inside was a single sheet of paper. It contained every secret she had confessed. At the bottom, a new sentence slowly appeared. We'll continue next Sunday. Deep beneath the ruined church, the black door trembles. Only a narrow opening remains. From the darkness, a spotlight suddenly switches on. Applause echoes endlessly. A faded velvet curtain begins to rise. Someone announces, "Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's final performance is about to begin." The sound of slow clapping fills the darkness. The eye opens once more. Well, this black door with the eye is now open. And well, let's see what is inside or what comes from inside. Thank you for listening. This was the White Raven. If you like the story, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like and notification buttons, share it with someone you think might also enjoy it, leave a comment. We'd love to hear about you. If you have a story and you would like it narrated here, send it to the White Raven Stories at gmail.com. This was the White Raven. Till next time.